Hey, folks, and welcome to another Patreon exclusive. I want to call this a review. I guess you can technically call this a review, but, well, the thing we're going to be talking about here is, it's something that defies review. Y'all, how do you review a Jackass movie? We are going to talk about Jackass Forever. I'm filming this immediately after coming back from the theater to see the film, and I just kind of wanted to get my initial thoughts, initial impressions out there, just to kind of, I don't know, again, just kind of throw it out there. This is a movie I've been anticipating for a long time. I'm a child of the 2000s. I loved the Jackass series growing up. The TV show was a big damn deal in high school, and in college when the movies and the DVD box sets were coming out, I actually I had all of them. I had the big box set that had all the TV show episodes. I had the Lost tapes on DVD, all the movie DVDs as they came out throughout the years. In college, I actually used to put those DVDs on and sleep with them in the background. I don't know why, but those dumb little vignettes and those dumb little movies used to really just do it for me. It was better than melatonin. Got exposed to a lot of good music through Jackass, actually, now that I think about it. There might be a video in that. But yeah, the new Jackass movie is out. I've been looking forward to it, but with a bit of cautious optimism. It's been 12-ish years, I want to say, since the last proper Jackass movie. I don't know, does Bad Grandpa count? It's one of those, years later, reboot, the gang's all back kind of thing, and those, I don't know, those are pretty hit and miss as it goes. But also, there were some issues leading up to this. I used to love the old Jackass stuff, but it had been a long ass time since I actually sat down and watched any of that stuff, and I was wondering how well a lot of this was going to hold up. I went back and I watched all the old Jackass films except Bad Grandpa, and I was wondering, how well has this stuff aged? Is this gonna be like, problematic? See, that was another big concern I had, but something I discovered watching a lot of those old Jackass movies, you'd be surprised how well they hold up, I guess. They hold up surprisingly well. Well, in quotes. The thing about the Jackass movies is they're probably the least pretentious thing you could probably watch. They know exactly what they are. They don't try to be anything else. They don't try to, shoot for any loftier goals or have any important messages. They know what they are. They know what they're trying to do. It's a simple goal, a simple vision, and more power to them. They execute it. But I was still worried, okay, how are they going to make this work in a modern kind of setting? Not to mention the guys are also getting pretty old, too. There was also another thing kind of lingering in the air. The Jackass crew, if you've been paying attention to things, they've been going through some hardships here. One notable thing about this movie is Bam Margera, one of the biggest key players from those movies, is not present. There was a big falling out between him and the rest of the cast. I don't know, it's kind of a he said, she said kind of thing. I don't know. Whatever the situation is there, it's uncomfortable, and it is kind of noticeable because Bam is not in this movie at all, save for maybe one or two archival clips where they show old footage and he's in the background. No, there is no Bam in this movie. Not to mention the whole thing with Ryan Dunn. The thing is, there is that awkward, uncomfortable kind of cloud over things, because again, not only is Bam not mentioned, not even alluded to much in the film, but outside of, at the very end of the movie, this isn't really a spoiler or anything, but at the end credits or whatever, they give a nice little a nice little salute to Ryan Dunn. Just a nice little, hey, we love you, buddy, kind of thing at the end, which is, it's tasteful. Whatever you thought about Ryan Dunn or whatever happened to him, it's tasteful. It's understandable. He was their friend. He was their buddy. That's, they did the best they could with that uncomfortable situation, I feel. I don't know. This movie honestly had a lot of things going against it. It really did. Like, it had, the BAM thing, the we're getting old thing, the reboot thing, is this going to be tasteful while still being entertainingly gross? Can they walk that fine line? My answer to that, after seeing the movie, without too many spoilers here, is, more or less, yeah. Honestly, they did. I'm kind of impressed. See, again, it's the Jackass thing of keep it simple, stupid. It is just, again, it is the least pretentious media you can probably consume. It knows exactly what it is. It doesn't try to bullshit you. It doesn't try to make it anything it's not. It's stupid pranks. It's stupid pratfalls. And it's people doing horrible things to their dicks. The thing is, with a Jackass movie, I can't tell you the specific sort of pratfalls that they do, really, because that's 90% of the fun. Just going in and seeing what the hell stupid, goofy shit they thought to do to each other. So I won't spoil that for you, at least the best as I can, but I will say they do push the limit, and a lot of that limit involves dicks. I have not, like, the Jackass movies always, we're never shy about showing you a little bit of dick, but like, man, there's so many instances of just full-blown swanging ass cock. Just one of the first, like, literally the opening scene that they do is something with a cock. I don't want to spoil it for you, but it's just cock. If I have a one-word review for this movie, it's just cock out of 10. So this movie does things to the human penis I can almost guarantee you've never seen before. If, like, male nudity is something you just, for whatever reason, just have, like, an issue, or like oh no, that's where I draw the line, I don't want to see a cock and balls, maybe skip this one, because, oh my goodness, I've seen gay porn with less dick in it. Some of the stuff they do is definitely intense. Knoxville in particular, man, he still got it. Props to the man. He still totally has it in him. I'll spoil this one for you, but it's not really a spoiler because Knoxville's done it before. But one of the things that happens is Johnny Knoxville gets attacked by a bull. He gets fucked up bad. Like, he literally does like 2 somersaults in the air when this bull hits him, and they have to carry him out on a stretcher. He gets fucked up so bad by that bull. Like, oh. And y'all, some of the other stuff they do in this is not pleasant. This probably has one of the most fucked up in, like, I don't want to say violent, because it's not like gory. Well, not really, I guess. There is blood. I'll tell you this much. When Aaron McGeegee pulls out another classic thing, that's your hint. That's all the hint I'm giving you. And that scene has one of the most fucked up things I've ever seen the Jackass guys do. And it was literally, I don't know, I have kind of a strong stomach for this kind of stuff. I'm not the kind of guy to look away or have to like, oh, gross, I can't watch this. There was literally a moment where I had to look away from the screen. No, I don't want to, no, I don't want to see. Are you serious? I don't want to see that. Oh my God. I'm going to say the guys still pretty much have it, but they do find a cheeky little way to kind of operate around the fact that they're getting old and probably can't do as much. Here's the thing. The classic cast, everybody gets their moment. Everybody, Wee Man in particular has a lot of moments on this scene. If you're a big Wee Man guy, he has a lot going on in this one. Preston, big old Preston, also lots of scenes in this one. Aaron McGeegee This is like his crown jewel. This is like the most he's ever been featured in a Jackass movie, I think. And the fair play to the guy, he really steps up. He really brings his A game. The classic cast, they all get their moments in, but there isn't quite as much from them this time around. Partially because this movie does something a little bold, something I didn't expect them to do. The Jackass guys have actually brought on new people into the cast. Yeah, there's I think there's 4 new people in this movie, and one of them's a gal, no less. First gal on Jackass. Like, wow. There are a lot of stunts, a lot of stuff that the new cast gets to do. I feel like that was also kind of a way to work around, you know, the fact that the guys are probably getting a little old, probably don't want to take all of the punishment. But to be fair, you know, this film is missing cast members. You know, Ryan Dunn is gone. You know, they're down 1 member, and sadly, Bam, for whatever reason you want to believe, just could not make this set. So they're already down 2 important cast members, and okay, I kind of see where they're coming from in that regard. And the other idea behind it too was for them to kind of pass the torch a bit. See, I have a feeling that either the Jackass guys or just Paramount, maybe both, I don't know, I have a feeling they want to try to continue the Jackass series in whatever way they can. And this is, you know, again, the guys are getting old, and it's only going to get harder and harder for them. So, okay, get some new folks in, get some new blood, get some fresh meat in there. And the thing is, too, the new cast, they're pretty okay. They're pretty okay. Actually, one of their cast members is a guy I actually recognize from TikTok.
Headstrong, I'll f*** you off. Headstrong, I'll f*** off anyone.
Nah, man, you can't be doing that.
Drop trowel, let's see that
Can't, not anyone.
Headstrong.
New cast in general really does. Like, they don't go easy. Well, on most of them, they don't go easy. There's a new guy named Poopies. Yes, Poopies. But yeah, he goes through the ringer. They're new guys. They also go through a lot. And here's the one thing. For the most part, the movie is fine. The movie is exactly what you want. It is exactly what it says on the tin. It's Jackass. It's people doing pranks to each other. It's people, you know, just going nuts. Just, you know, it's everything you would expect from a Jackass movie. I have a few minor criticisms. Number 1, sadly, it does involve the new female cast member. The thing is, they don't use her in a lot of sketches. To be fair, she does do some stuff that is pretty gnarly. Again, I don't want to spoil the bits that she does. She does do like 1, maybe 2 things that are really like, whoa, shit, oh, goddamn. Oh, that's crazy, like, fuck. But, like, outside of that, she doesn't do much. She's kind of there. She's not involved in anything gross. Anything that involves, like, shit or piss or just anything gross in this movie, she's not really a part of. But she takes a few hits. Again, I don't want to spoil, but she does some things, but I think she only has like maybe three bits that she's in, maybe 4 if you want to count a post-credits thing. Again, I don't know if they just left a lot of her scenes on the cutting room floor, or if she just didn't necessarily step up for a lot, or if there was also I don't know if there was the uncomfortable, Jackass stunts, goofy idiot dudes, punching each other in the face and getting hit in the balls and going through a lot of silly violence. It's silly when a goofy dude is getting, beat up and getting messed around like that. When it happens to a gal, I don't want there to be weird connotations behind it, but, there are some weird connotations behind. Even during, like, some of the stuff she did that was, like, really harsh, You know, it was like, oh man, to her credit, what she did do was good. She toughened it up. She definitely rode through it all, but again, there wasn't a lot, and the thing is too, I'm just not sure how I feel about the violence against women aspect to it. Even though it's consensual, even though it's silly, even though it's goofs and pranks and fun, we all know we're having fun here, but it's just, nobody likes to see a girl get hit, nobody likes to see a girl get beat up or go through that kind of shit, Well, nobody who's not like a creep does, I guess. I don't know. It's a much more complicated... It's a complicated question that I was not expecting to have to answer for myself in the middle of this goofy boner comedy, but what do you do about that? Another small criticism I have of the film is definitely the ending. See, here's the thing. The end of the movie, like the climax, the scene before the credits start rolling, so, you know how some of the Jackass movies have like a big show-stopping sort of number at the end? Jackass 2 has that, big musical number. And Jackass 3 kind of has the big like tidal wave in the house sort of thing that happens. The first Jackass movie has the part where, son of Jackass, like that's the classic bit. Most of the Jackass movies have this big climactic closing thing to it. And this one tries to have one of those, but, again, without spoiling, it feels really kind of hodgepodge, really just kind of thrown together. Like, it feels like they had one skit at the end and they were like, we don't really have an ending. Okay, let's make this one skit the ending, but we'll throw in extra stuff here. We'll throw in we'll put them in this machine. Again, I'm trying not to spoil. But we'll put them in a weird machine. But what else can we do? Oh, okay, we'll make them drink a bodily fluid. That's all I'll say about that. What else can we do? That's not enough for a finale. I don't know. Let's bring in a bunch of like tanks and paintball guns and explosions for no reason. I guess it's kind of sort of a callback to the opening of the movie, but not really. It's just kind of an excuse to blow off some pyro, and I don't know. The thing is, instead of feeling like a big finale, like a big climax, it feels like 3 or 4 separate little sketches or bits, 3 or 4 of their other ideas that they probably would have done separately under any other circumstance. They just decided to squeeze all of those together into one big thing and call that a finale. Kind of doesn't feel like a finale. It's kind of anticlimactic. I was kind of sitting through that. Okay, this isn't the ending, right? They're kind of pretending this is the ending, but there's going to be something else that happens here. And then the credits just rolled. So again, it's Jackass, so my expectations are, not elevated necessarily, but I don't know. Jackass has done good finales in the past. And this, it was fine, I guess, but it didn't feel like a coherent idea. It just felt like, oh, let's do a bunch of stuff and just call it a finale. Though I will say there is a post-credits thing, and you definitely want to stay for it. Definitely make sure you stay for it. But apart from that, the movie just kind of ends. It doesn't really have a big finale or a big send-off necessarily. My third criticism, and really this isn't a criticism because it didn't bother me, but I know just watching this movie, I was like, oh, this is... Even some people in the theater were so grossed out by this. Like, I heard people retching. Nobody full-blown puked in the theater, but there was at least one guy sitting close to me who was literally like, ugh. This is probably just like the grossest Jackass movie. I'll just say it. There is so much cum in this movie. There is so much cum in this movie. More cum per volume than any other Jackass movie I've ever seen. Maybe any movie I've seen, period. I don't know. The fact that I don't know for sure probably says more about me than anything else. Again, I'm trying not to spoil here, but again, if you got a thing against cum, particularly animal cum, there's so much cum. So much cum. I'm shocked at how much cum they got for this movie. I really am. Honestly, though, my little criticisms are ultimately just kind of nitpicks, you know. I don't know. It is what it is. It is what it says on the tin. It's a Jackass movie, you know. I honestly can't really say much more than that. You probably know if you're going to like this movie going into it. If you liked the other previous Jackass films, I would say, yeah, you'll probably like this one too. Unless like bodily, like gross humor really, really turns you off, then this might be a little much for you. If you just really don't like bodily function humor in this, then yeah, this one you might want to skip. But outside of that, it's still, you know, it's still Jackass. It's still fun. It's still solid and silly goofs. And again, even the stuff about the film that is a little, you know, uncomfortable, you know, unless you know that going into the film, you know, like Bam Margera's absence and, you know, Ryan Dunn not being there, unless you know about that and you've been following the production, you know, if you don't know shit from fuck about any of that, you won't notice. You won't notice or even really care. And, you know, again, there are some, you know, new things to it. Again, the new cast might take some of an adjustment to it, but they do fine. They do fine. Like, again, the only thing that was weird about the new cast was, you know, that the girl just didn't do much. But I don't know. I can understand reasons for not wanting to throw her into every single fucking thing possible. I can understand why they wouldn't necessarily want to throw her in a lot of bits. Other than that, they do fine. They do great. It is what it is, you know? And you know what? It's a fun time. It is a fun, wonderful time. And, would I recommend it? If you're a Jackass fan, sure. If you're not a Jackass fan and you've never heard of these movies before, though, I'd say watch at least one of the other older movies before this. It doesn't even matter really which one. They're kind of all the same thing. Just watch any of the other Jackass movies first. See how you vibe with them. And if you vibe with it, it's worth checking out. It is still Jackass. It is doing the Jackass thing, and I'd say it does it well. It's worth checking out. If this seems like something that would be up your alley, absolutely. But if this isn't, like, if you just do not vibe with the Jackass sort of thing that they do, or if you are just one of those people that's oblivious to Jackass, no, I wouldn't, because this, again, I'd at least tell you to watch one of the earlier Jackasses just to see if you can handle it, but I don't know, it's Jackass. It was fun. I recommend it. Go for it if it seems like your thing. And that's that, people. Thanks again for checking out this little ramble of mine. I don't know, I've never reviewed a movie before. I figured Jackass would be kind of an easy one to start with. I don't know, I was kind of afraid. It's a Jackass movie. Am I going to even get enough content to talk about a Jackass movie? But I don't know, I was able to make this. We got enough to work with here. But yeah, thanks for watching, people. I am currently in the process of scripting the next proper vid. I would love to get that out sometime before the end of February here. Again, try to stick to that one video a month thing. We'll see what happens. But stay tuned. More stuff will be on the way. And I hope you enjoyed this. I'm Crash Thompson, and I will see you when I see you.